All right, let's do this. So, we've got a few more. Just kind of like, yeah, I'm doing what I did not want to do, but I need more. I would like to have 40. Having 40 beans running around would be perfect. I already have my first 2 rows. Everybody else gets put into the back rows and they just become a head. And the end. It's one of the sad things about it is that anybody in the back rows are just going to get kind of lost, especially those in the center. In last place is like the primo spot to have. So you're never gonna guess. You never, in a million years, you won't guess what I'm gonna talk about today. The music video. I had worked a lot on the lyrics these past couple days off. There's a lot of lyrics to go through. I had to actually take my original copy of The Real Slim Shady and re-plug it in, and the change-ups are going to be kind of crazy. I did decide to include Q-Pool. I think it would be really cute to have Q-Pool here. Do a little segment of the seat and everything like that, and instead of having Tiny Deadpool, which is what you guys get to see all the time, I'm going to put Q-Pool in there. So it'll be Tiny Q-Pool singing. one, it's an easy set to make, or easy background to make. And maybe there, I don't know if I want to put in a regular cubing, or whether to have it cupool. It's like the whole thing is like, it's so, the storyboarding of this is going to be just absolutely tremendous. I have the factory set, which is going to take up pretty much almost all of the end of the thing. I'm obviously that bean is the first. Most people don't realize this, because when I talk about making the beans, which are originally the cues, the history. Let's go into the history of this. In my first year, somebody gifted me, and it's the reason why, just so you know, it's the reason why I use Steam. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even use Steam anymore. It's also the reason why, if you follow me on Steam, you'll notice that my level is not very high. Because I got Steam a long time ago, and it was to play the Warhammer Dawn of War and games that I didn't have to keep downloading them, for any new computers and stuff like that. Because I was having computer changeovers, and that's what Steam really was for me. And eventually Lord of the Rings Online joined that, and it is what it is. But somebody gifted me Arkham Knight, which is actually the first game that I added. Wasn't even adding free-to-play games. It was the first game that I added that was all digital. Every game that I had in Steam up until that point, I had the physical CD for the game. And I was like, you know what, I might as well stream me playing this game. I believe I streamed it live here on YouTube. I think it was a YouTube. I don't believe it. Definitely wasn't Twitch, and if it was Twitch, it was my original Twitch account before the suspension. But I drew using my Q-bean drawing, which is the reason why Batbean looks the way Batbean does. I'm probably going to redraw Batbean so that it fits with the more modern Q-beans. And this, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 more VTubers in Q-bean costumes to make. One is an update or an upgrade to the original one that I did, which is nice to have them back in. They're keeping the t-shirt, so the only thing I have to do is change their avatar inside, which should be easy to do. So I should be able to go through them fairly quickly. But we have it's a bit crazy. One thing that came up that I was almost laughing about is somebody who's known me for years actually said that it's really nice to see that I'm finally living up to my potential. And I was like going, I think I did that before. I think we've done this before. We've been down this road before with me and my potential. And I don't think I ever want to live up to my potential. One, it breeds the idea that I have imposter syndrome, because I'm maxing out. There's no place more for me to go when I start creating. And I would have imposter syndrome if anything that I do that's beyond my potential. So I kind of never want to live up to my potential. I kind of want to challenge myself and, make things bigger, make things better, do crazy things like this. This is the same person that actually said that this would be so much easier for me to do if I added AI. And that's when my, kind of heart sank. Because we were talking about how long it's going to take me to do this, and how much of the work is just basically a lot of repetition to get the motion in. I have to, just shift just enough so that the next cell looks like it's supposed to be there. Plus I have to shift the camera because I want to make it seem like there's a camera person filming this, and so the camera's going to move about, so the background's you're going to see more of the background, but it's only going to be glimpses of it. It's like watching a cue pull here. Boop. The camera will shake, and it'll actually, show more of the seat and everything like that. So when I finally draw the seat and everything like that, I'm going to draw the whole seat and draw the whole thing, and only have a little bit of it, so the camera can actually shake, so I can shake the camera. So it actually seems like I'm driving. It's there's a lot that goes into it, that the truth is that most people won't even notice it. The Toy Factory, perfect. I got a great example for the use of the Toy Factory. I'm going to draw even more of the Toy Factory. I have to draw more of the background of the Toy Factory, so I can bring the camera in. I can do sweeping motions and stuff like that. So I can focus in on certain things. So I can zoom in on Q-Beam while we're doing it. The sanitarium. I want to, yes, I know that it's a pull out. But it starts at the nurse's station, and at the nurse's station, we're going to have, it's going to do motion, and I want to even do it from a different angle, because the video does that. There's a lot going into it. There's for a 5-minute, it's only a 5-minute video. For a 5-minute video, I'm planning on it taking me all year. For 5 minutes. And this is the kicker of it all. For 5 minutes of actual video, I have to do at least 100 cells a week. In the 50 weeks. If I can do more, I'm going to do. Like I said, there's going to be certain cheats and things like that I'm going to be able to just knock out a cell after cell after cell and get it mostly done. But when you have 100 cells to do in a week, and that's 7 days, it really just boils down to 3 seconds. I started mapping out the spider bean kiss, and that spider bean kiss from the 5-minute video is going to be like almost 30 seconds. It's going to be like 20 seconds. going to take up a huge portion of it. And there's a lot of lyrics happening all in between it. And it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be kind of crazy. I've mapped out a lot of the timing. We're going to stick with 10 frames per second. And if I have to go 15 frames per second, I'm just going to double up every other frame will get doubled. If I go 20 frames per second, every frame will have to be doubled. If I go 30 frames per second, every frame would have to be tripled. And I don't know if I'm going to do the do the next evolution in the motion, so that each one, if I do that many frames, there's going to be an orc section. Now the orc section is going to be and it's only going to be like 10 seconds, 20 seconds also of this. That 20 seconds is going to get turned into a 5-minute video. And it's going to feature Cubine and actually a Space Marine outfit for a Catan. I don't know whether I'm going to just do that. Like maybe one of the if you ever seen Starship Troopers, maybe one of those outfits. With keeping dreaming that he was an orc. I would love to do that video. Offline, which is another video I would love to do. Like I'm already, like here I am. I haven't even started this massive craziness, but I want each of the videos that I make from this kind of being inspired by it. I did put in a lyric which I think is absolutely fitting absolutely fitting me as a streamer, because I've done streams where it's been mute. I've done streams where nothing shows up, and one of the things about Gremlins, the reputation of Gremlins, I should say, is that they kind of mess things up. But I'm taking it to the point where messing things up for themselves. That's what kind of gremlin I am. I have been told I have gremlin energy. And the truth is, I don't even really know what that is. I think it's just basically the chaoticness of life. I definitely bring in the melancholy that I have. I definitely bring in, I'm going to bring in driving, morning commutes, because they are a huge part of me as a streamer. And it's a huge part that nobody knows about. Like it goes almost completely unnoticed and under the radar. Making the lyrics work is there are so many cute little scenes in the Slim Shady video that I think I can make them all work, as well as having Cubine just basically just riffing. I would say rapping, but that's yet to be seen. One of the reasons why next week we're going to be doing Dead by Daylight on Sunday, tonight, or this morning. We're going to be doing Dead by Daylight, and one of the reasons why it goes right into doing lyrics. I do 2 days of lyrics, is because I really have to nail that down. And we will be getting into the art section of it. The sun is shining and it's raining. Insane. Maybe it's just water from the trees. Got to do stinky work. cool beans in the comments below. It doesn't have to be cool beans. It could be whatever you want. But yeah, that's what it'll be like. And I might make him move. I don't know. I think that would be cute. If you guys have a suggestion, if you want to be in the video, become a VTuber inside a bean costume, and I will put your bean in there as well. Everybody who is a VTuber in a bean costume, they are going to be featured as their bean in the toy factory. And if I have 40, that means that there is no room for anybody else. And that's how it's going to work. So, cool beans in the comments below. And if you want to add in your, where I can get a reference picture and what a picture of your favorite t-shirt or a t-shirt that represents you, that would be awesome. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Yay! All right, bye.